All right. Da-da-da-da. Friday share with Brayden. Yes, it's Friday. I don't know if that means much to anyone or if it's just another day or whatever it is. But, sorry, I just got distracted by something. But, so my topic today is what I'm up to now, what programs I offer, where I intend to go, and how I continue to believe in myself. So what I'm up to now is I currently own a business called Trans Living. That's transform reality and never stop living, because I truly believe we have the power to transform things, and so we should. But so what I'm up to now is I'm taking multiple courses, and I'm writing a couple of tests in a couple of weeks. So in a couple of months, I will have my personal training certificate, a life coach certificate, and a nutrition certificate. That's just the 3 small ones. And then after that, I'm just going to continue moving forward with more knowledge, more education, everything like that. And so I do offer multiple programs. As I said, mindset is huge for me, and it's the most important change that we can make is our mindset, because when we're changing our mindset, everything else kind of follows. So what I do is I start off working with my clients, implementing some mindset practices and just really understanding and getting curious as to the self-limiting beliefs they have, how they talk to themselves, the language they use, goals that they have, and just getting really intentional with writing down certain actions that can be taken, that we know we need to take in order to get certain places. And then I, of course, provide a workout program. Now, whether that be if you want to work out at home, no weights are even required. You can get some bands, some loops, a yoga mat. And I have people in my program that work out with spaghetti sauce and have seen results. So it's all about just correcting your form and being consistent and doing the action. In my Zoom class now that I lead every day, I've been leading since March 15th consistently, 6 days a week. Up until 3 weeks ago, I've only been doing it 5 days a week because now the gym's open, and I've been going there. But and it's amazing. It's an amazing group of women. That's always an access as well. I don't promote that as much just because, but what we have are just simple group. But it's an incredible group. It's full of energy, full of advice, full of just support, accountability. And my workouts burn anywhere from the low end of 500 calories to the high end of 800 calories. And that's within 45 minutes. So it's pretty incredible. The workouts you can get just by being at home. Hey, Pira. Just by being at home. And then I also create programs as well if you're wanting to go to the gym. Any program you want. I really like to focus a lot on kind of HIIT style workouts, because for people who are losing weight, that's one of the most effective ways to really lose weight. And then to just, get intentional with the food as well. So the nutrition aspect, I don't just throw something at you and tell you, hey, go eat this and go eat that. What happens is we spend a week of you eating as if you would normally eat, and then writing a food journal, and then we reassess it a week later and start seeing where we can take things out, add things in, and make it a slow, gradual process. So it's actually lasting. The way I present myself, it's not a Band-Aid. I'm not here to just fix something and then the Band-Aid eventually fall off when it gets in the water or whatever. I'm here to create a sustainable lifestyle that works when down the road we're not working with each other. So you're spending the whole time with me learning, your mindset and how powerful that is. And then the fitness programs, which we switch up regularly, and then the nutrition. So again, it's a very, educational type based training. I'm not here to throw everything at you and tell you to just go and do that. I think that's one of the hardest things for people when they start training and wanting to, switch their life around a little bit, it gets very overwhelming. I know that that's never worked for me. So I can definitely assure you, me being a coach, I actually show up more frequently than what people expect from me. So where I intend to go now, and really what my future goals for me are, is I really want to be on stage of like thousands and thousands of people that came and saw me, and maybe not just me, but me and other people. I want to run like events, kind of like Tony Robbins is really one of my inspirations. He's incredible, and he's done so much with his life, and he still continues to do so. And I went to one of his events, I guess you could call them, last October, and there was over 10,000 people there. And I remember I was in the 40th row, the first row in general admission. I bought my ticket myself, and I was walking back to the bathroom, and I just looked around. And what blew me away was, one, how many people are there, and how many people actually just want to learn the tools to better their life. Like almost everyone wants to. And so it's incredible on how many of us are staying low in our ego, right? But when I walked to the back, I looked around and I pretended as if those people were there for me. And I was just like, this is in alignment with what I want to do with my life. So this is what I'm a stand for. And this is why I show up consistently in my life, not only to better myself, but so I can impact people that I'm around, and people can see something in me that maybe they want to be able to see in themselves, and then they start going for it, or they start asking me about it, or I start working with people. And that's really what I want, is to help one person's life every day and just affect as many people in the world that I possibly can. So I really do see myself huge on stage, as I said, sharing my story, sharing how I got here, sharing how I pushed through, sharing how I never gave up, sharing how I show up for people, and then I show up for myself. I put my clients and their needs before me. I don't show up so I win. I show up so my clients win, and then when my clients win, I win. And I can guarantee that what I have to offer works, because I am like a walking testimonial that the last 4 or 5 months, I've created about 4 different programs that have led me to develop the base and the strength and the physique that I have, way more than I ever got when I was in the gym. And all by doing what I knew I had to do, staying consistent at it, and then learning more and more and more. And I'm creating another program now. So I've created 4 programs, and 4 6-week programs. It all happens in like cycles. The first one starts off as like a little bit beginner, and then it gets a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. So it's pretty incredible. It's really incredible, actually. I didn't realize the results that I would get when this whole thing started. I know that for me personally, it was like a bit blah when I was working out at home, and I was thinking, oh, why am I even doing this? This sucks. I don't want to follow along, because I was following along someone's thing, and then in that moment I was like, I don't want to follow along. I'm not meant to follow people in my life. I'm meant to lead. And so then I took it upon myself to create my own stuff. And then my one friend, Mary, asked me, hey, do you want to start running a workout group? And I was like, okay, sure, why not, since I'm going to be working out anyways. So then it gave me the opportunity to start leading it and really stepping into that role of who I'm trying to be and move forward with. So if you're just tuning on, I was just talking about what I'm up to now, the programs I have to offer, where I intend to go, and I guess how I continue to believe in myself. Now, it's not everything's perfect. I'm not high energy every day. I'm not thinking all these amazing things all the time. And to be honest, I've experienced a little bit of an energy drop the last 2 days. And it's because I've really realized how like of an empath I am. Like, I didn't realize it before, but I truly am affected so much by other people, and maybe things that they're not doing in their life, or things that I see that they, not, I don't want to say could be or should be or anything like that, because it's not my place to tell anyone, but it is a place of mine coming from a place of love to share with people the opportunities they could have in their life if maybe they started looking at things a little bit differently. And I have a couple people in my life who I would really like to see some change within their life, and I can't seem to really get through to them, and it's really been affecting me because this person is someone who I care about deeply. So just by taking that on, and the more I continue to show up and believe in myself and believe in what I'm here for, the better I can get at having these conversations with these people. And by coming from a place of love and not coming from a place of judgment, because when you think about it, a lot of us wanted to talk to people because we're not talking to our friends in our life because we want an opinion or we want to be judged. We're usually talking to them because we want to be heard, and we kind of want someone to navigate with us through the conversation. And so if you find yourself, and try taking this on maybe today, is that when someone's talking to you, actually listen. And it's a big thing to kind of replay back with what they're saying. So then the person starts to feel as if they're heard. Because, say someone came home and was like, I hate my job. It's such a bad day. My boss is an asshole. Blah, 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 blah. Most people's reaction is usually like, oh, babe, you don't need that place. Why don't you get another one? Or he is an asshole. And you can see that we kind of disagree and then embrace what they said, where what we can start doing is be like, oh, babe, so you had a bad day and your boss is an asshole. I'm sorry to hear that. Come here, come give me a hug. Or how can I make it better? Or, what do you think could make the situation better? Kind of asking them questions back, so it actually becomes a conversation, and you can communicate rather than just agreeing. And you'll notice a massive shift in your relationships in your life if you can come from a place of curiosity and ask people why they feel a certain way, or maybe what they could do so things are different. Then it really becomes a conversation, because like I said, a lot of people will, I know for myself, when I go to talk to people, I choose who I want to talk to based on what I have to talk about, because we all have those people who were okay, I could talk to them about this, but I know that they're probably not even really going to say much, and I'll actually probably end up feeling shittier about it, or I'll wish that I never even said anything. And then same with this person over here, and same with this person over here. So yeah, just coming from a place of curiosity, guys, and really listening, because what happens is we're already always listening. We're waiting for them to stop so we can start talking. And again, there's just no value in that. So you'll truly be able to experience a deeper connection with people if you kind of repeat back what they said to you in a way, and then be curious about it. So I suggest you take that on. And who knows, when it starts going really good, let me know how it goes, because it makes a world of a difference, and I've started doing that as well. And especially with that person in my life who I really want to see them do better, I just talk to them in a way of being curious, and then asking them if maybe they could see opportunities in their life and what that looks like for them. So yeah, so what life has been like for me, so yeah, where do I intend to go, and how do I continue believing in myself, is just that. I've learned so much that by being a certain way, it doesn't actually serve me. So if we're feeling a low energy vibe, we do know that it actually doesn't serve us and doesn't really bring value to our life. And now I'm not saying hop out of that mood right away. I am saying feel that mood, but then I'm saying ask yourself why you think you're in that mood, and really, again, be curious to yourself and figure that out. Because the more curious we are with ourselves, the more we can learn, and the quicker we can get out of these moods that don't actually serve us. We just always think that we have to be in these moods because they come so natural, but it's only because we've been living our whole life like that. So it's going to be a subconscious action to be in those moods. And in order to get ourselves out of them and then to start learning more, we have to consistently do those actions of like, okay, I'm in a mood right now. Why do I actually think I'm in a mood? What's actually bothering me? Identifying the emotion and then figuring out what that ties to. And then you can really start to see where you're showing up, or how maybe you can show up differently, or how maybe you can tweak it a little bit. So that saying, fake it until you make it, really is a thing, because if you don't want to be mad, you don't have to be mad, but it's going to take a little bit for that emotion and that energy to get out of your body, because you're so deep into feeling it that you think you want to feel it, and you're like, I want to be mad, but I don't want to be mad. And it's like, so then you think you're faking it by acting happier, which, like, of course you are actually faking it in the moment, but the more you do that, the more it will start kind of shifting it, and then it just works for you. It works for you in the long run. Because I know for myself, like, I hate feeling hurt and feeling down and feeling low. And like I said, I have been feeling that yesterday and stuff like that. And I actually ended up going to bed at 10 o'clock, which I didn't mean to. I fell asleep, and then I woke up being mad at myself for going to bed at 10 o'clock when obviously I needed it because I was tired, you know. But it's like, I am so hard on myself. Like, it's ridiculous. And I'm working on that constantly because it doesn't serve me. It really just, takes a lot from me. But so really just how I continue to believe in myself is that I know that I don't want to act these ways anymore. Like, I know I don't want to get upset over stupid things. I know that I don't want things that I can't actually control affect me and hold me down and hold me back. And to really just acknowledge ourselves for our wins, how far we've come, and understand that what our plan is that we should just be proud of ourselves. So that's how I really continue to believe in myself. That, and surrounding myself with people who see the value in me and who I feel comfortable enough that I can vulnerably talk to and say, hey Karen, I'm feeling this way today. Like, do you have a minute we can talk? And then it's like, yeah, like, let's get curious. Because I know, like I said, I know that I want more than what I've had in my life. So I have to just keep staying in that action, really. So that's how I continue to believe in myself. So I'm going to end up the call here. Thank you for tuning in. And it's really just, that's always my advice to people, is to just get intentional and just get curious, and get curious with everyone. You know, get curious on why someone has that opinion, because you got to think that, no, we're all different. We all have different brains. They all think differently. We're all grown up differently. We've all experienced life differently. Every single one of us has so many different stories, yet in the end, they can still kind of relate to each other. And if we can understand that all of those things that happen don't make us and create us who we have to be today, and that we really can become a different version of ourselves, we just have to spend time working on it, because our brain is already ingrained so deeply with all of these things that we've experienced our whole life that we think is a part of us, but it doesn't really have to be. So then that's how I show up every day and create myself. And that's how I'm able to continue to show up, is because I know the actual power of language and how shifting it can really improve our life. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. And, you know, like I was mentioning before with the programs I have and everything like that, it's really tailored to each person that I'm working with. But ultimately, it's a 360 transformation with me. And like I said, it starts from our mind, and then it goes to our body, and then it goes to the nutrition. And really just being able to have a coach in your back pocket, how incredible it is, because I know how much of a difference it makes for me to have someone holding you accountable. Because when you have someone holding you accountable, you're less likely to stop doing the thing that you know you want to do, because you have someone supporting you and like backing you up. Because if we have people in our life who aren't doing different things that we're doing, they will kind of judge us, and maybe in hindsight be a bit jealous that we're trying to add value to our life. And so they won't always have the best advice or like the support. They might be like, oh yeah, cool, like whatever, you know. And you're like, what the heck, I'm doing something awesome. And then we start to think less of ourselves, and that's not cool, because you are perfect the way you are. And don't let anyone tell you any differently. You can show up however the hell you want. There's no wrong and right. There just is. You are who you want to be. And if you're happy with who you are, then show up that way. And whoever doesn't like it, well, then it just isn't workable. There's nothing wrong with it. It just doesn't work. So that's just it. So believe in how you're being is who you like. And if people make you feel any other different way, don't accept it. But most importantly, always work on improving yourself. So thank you guys, and yeah, stay tuned and really remember this video and watch for me in the future as I'm gaining massive success on these event stages and just really inspiring one person at a time or thousands at a time. I just want people to really truly believe that you can do, have, and be whatever you want in your life, and the only thing that's stopping you from doing that is yourself. Thanks, Pierre. See you guys.